Every year, governments publish financial reports designed to reassure the world. But what if those numbers reveal only part of the story? Official debt figures are meant to reflect reality. Yet some obligations never appear where the public expects to find them. Behind every published balance sheet can exist another ledger, one that changes the meaning of every number above it. This isn't a mystery confined to one nation. It reaches across financial centers, institutions, and economies around the world. To understand how billions can remain hidden, we first need to open the files few people ever think to examine. The first clue isn't hidden inside government ministries. It's often found inside companies that appear independent but remain closely tied to the state. These state-owned enterprises can borrow enormous sums to build roads, ports, railways, and power plants, often with quiet government backing. On paper, the government's balance sheet appears unchanged, yet another layer of obligations may exist just beneath the surface. The borrowed money becomes something everyone can see: bridges, railways, factories, and new cities. The debt itself is far less visible. The question isn't whether these projects exist. It's whether every financial obligation behind them is being counted. As auditors and international institutions began comparing the numbers, a much larger investigation quietly took shape. As international auditors examined the records, they discovered transactions that hadn't appeared in the government's official accounts. Only by comparing documents from multiple institutions did a hidden pattern begin to emerge. The investigation uncovered more than $13 billion in previously undisclosed liabilities, a discovery that fundamentally changed the financial picture. Behind every number stood real projects, real investments, and commitments that had become increasingly difficult to sustain. The revelation didn't trigger immediate panic. It raised a far more unsettling question: what else had gone unnoticed? Investigators soon realized this wasn't a single accounting anomaly. It was evidence of a much broader global challenge. Behind every modern port, railway, and logistics hub lies years of planning and financial commitments that often extend far beyond the day construction begins. These projects can transform economies for decades, but understanding who ultimately carries the financial responsibility isn't always straightforward. What we see above ground is concrete and steel. What remains largely invisible are the agreements, guarantees, and obligations that helped make them possible. As infrastructure becomes part of everyday life, the financial decisions behind it often fade quietly into the background. And when those responsibilities become difficult to trace, one question inevitably follows: who is ultimately accountable? Financial systems rely on more than numbers. They rely on confidence that those numbers reflect the full picture. When uncertainty appears, decisions rarely stop overnight. They simply become more cautious. Trust works much like the cables of a bridge. You rarely notice it until even one strand begins to weaken. That caution can influence future investments, financing decisions, and the pace of new development. Which leaves one lasting question. In a connected global economy, how much depends on what remains unseen? From space, the world's financial centers appear calm and orderly. Most days they are. Millions of everyday decisions depend on something remarkably simple: confidence that the system works as expected. Not every financial obligation is easy to see, but transparency isn't about seeing everything, it's about knowing where to look. Strong economies are built not only on infrastructure and investment, but on trust, accountability, and informed oversight. Perhaps the most important numbers are not the ones we can read at a glance, but the questions we're willing to keep asking. Thank you for watching The Sovereign Ledger. Please share, comment, and subscribe.